Hey traders, Mark here. Today is Tuesday, January 23rd. Guys, tonight I just want to do an update on the FX trades. I've been busy making sure that I get through and log all of the trades. Obviously, I'm not taking all of these. It's just not possible because currently life is really busy. I'm not kidding, guys. I've been working like 12-hour days. Anyway, my thought process here is very simple. These are very objective trades, and once I get all the rules in place that I'm looking for and have a nice set of trades back tested and forward tested, I can build scanners for these. I can have trades push out to you guys through email. I might even be able to have these somewhat automated, because keep in mind I'm using limit orders. So from an automation standpoint, if the level is correct, I can have an order placed there. But what I want to do here is I want to walk through the trades. Had a handful of losses, so I had a bunch of open positions through here. And you can see a handful of losses in here, right? So I want to walk through some of these and let's see if there's anything that we can learn. So just before we go to the charts, I want to walk you through my spreadsheet. So I'm risking 1% of my account per trade. Now if I want to risk more, I'll have more profit. See, if I come up here and I'm risking, and I decide I want to risk 1.5%, which is still very conservative, you can see my return on investment goes from 16 to 24%. And guys, this is a reasonable risk per trade. Okay, but for right now, I want to keep it at 1. My profit factor, it's pretty solid at 1.81. Win percentage 38. You know, honestly, that's about all I expect to win. I'm not one of those traders that expect to win 50, 60% of the time. I think that's unreasonable. Professional traders don't even win that high. Okay, let's go take a look at some of the filters that I'm just testing. So this one right here just says that price get rejected off of a level or a moving average prior to entry on the daily, on the hourly, on the weekly. I'm measuring the moving average because I want to see if price maybe is overextended, if the trades are hard to take. Am I trading into a weekly buy-sell zone, a daily? Am I trading into the weekly moving average, 10 period, 200 period, same with a daily, 10 period, 200 period? And then am I on the trade side of the daily 10 period? So if I'm looking for a long, is price greater than the 10 period? And the way that I measure that is, I'll show you when we go to the charts how I measure that. And then for the hourly, I'm using the 200, and then again the 10 period on the weekly. And then I'm using a 50 period and a 10 period moving average on the hourly. And if I'm long, I'm measuring if my 10 period is greater than my 50 period. So let's go to the charts, and we'll come back here and we'll take a look at some stats. Okay, here's actually a trade that's on right now. Now this trade, I logged it both a long and a short. So the long, I have a zone right here inside of the daily zone. So this could be a long trade. But at the same time, I have an L24 inside of a red zone. Now the trend is down, so I'm really curious how this plays out. So I'm logging it both ways. Okay, let's look at a couple of the most recent trades. Okay, let's start with the New Zealand CAD. Always good to start with the winner, right? So New Zealand CAD. So this trade, you had an L24 inside of this green zone. And you can see it took a little bit of heat and ran up to target. Now this trade, if I'm measuring my 10 period on my daily, which is this middle chart, or my weekly, which is this right chart, here's how I determine whether price is above or below my 10 period. I take the prior bar candle, and if price closes greater than, I consider it above. Even if, like in this example right here, you see this wick? Let's say I had a trade execute all the way down here. For my purposes, I'm still going to consider that above the 10 period. Why? Because this bar close was greater than the 10 period. Make sense? And anytime I'm using filters or rules, everything has an if then, because I have to easily be able to identify it. It needs to be something I can look at and within a few seconds know if I have a trade or not. Okay, let's go to the Swiss yen. The 21st. Had a trade right here. And this was inside of a red sell zone on the weekly. Now, notice how this trade is above the 10 period, right? It's also, oh no, actually this one is on the right side of the daily because that prior bar is greater than. Okay? So there's a Swiss yen. There's actually two trades in here. Where's the next one? Let's see. I had a long on the 19th. Oh, right here. This trade happens to be inside of a weekly sell zone. Okay, pound CAD. I'm just going to walk through this is a list of a lot of the trades that I had on recently. I had a short right here, and again, so this is inside of the weekly sell zone and an L24 in there. But again, I'm above the weekly 10 period. Dollar yen. Right here. Okay. Now this one is with the weekly 10 period and everything else. Unfortunately, it did want to go down, but it just wanted to retrace prior to that. Okay, Euro pound, I already showed that one. Pound CAD. Okay, this trade actually already hit target. So entry was right here. And this one had a 90 pip target, which was hit up here at 71. All right, pound dollar. Now this trade, this trade was a real shame. It was stopped out to the penny. The stop was 39.16. The target was 40.31. So target would have been obtained, but it got me. Nothing I can do about that unless I had a wider stop. Okay, and then finally the dollar CAD. Right here. And this one again is below the 10 period, below the daily, or the 10 period both on the daily and the weekly, and trading into a sell zone on the daily. Now one thing, okay, the couple things that I'm noting, guys, and this is going to be really exciting once I finally get everything set up on the site for testing, which, by the way, if any of you guys are good at websites, hit me up. Maybe we can work a deal. I'm getting close, but I'm realizing that I'm very incompetent. Here's what I want you guys to notice. Okay, so 10 period sloping down on the daily. I'm below the 10 period on the weekly. I'm inside of a daily sell zone. And I have a beautiful pattern right here. Nice trade. And I've actually started noticing these in my day trading as well. They've been working like a charm. Guys, the day trading it's almost silly how well it's been going. I mean, it's nearly like taking candy from a baby. Since November 1st, it's up over 200%. Okay, sorry to get sidetracked there. All right, here's what I want to do. Let's go back to the spreadsheet. So if we take a look at the P&L, let's just highlight all these trades. This number down here should match this number, and it does. 1,597, 1,597. Now, a couple important numbers to note. This is 39 trades, guys. That's a lot of trades in a month. Okay? I don't need that many trades, right? My average trade nets me 43 pips. So let's take a little test drive here. Now, I don't have my MA levels built out yet to determine if I'm overextended, so we'll ignore these. But let's look at price rejected prior to entry on the daily. So if I remove the X's, let's see what happens to my numbers down here. Look, my profit goes down and my average went down. Okay, so right now, and I realize I don't have a ton of trades, but right now that doesn't work. So let's go to this one. And you see that actually helped out a little bit. So my average actually went higher. And my profit went down just a little bit. And you guys get the idea, right? This is what we're gonna learn in our building a system. Profit went higher, average jumped up. So this is nice, okay? This is nice. Now, let's look at, I don't want to bore you guys with going through all of this. But let's look at this one. Oops. I removed the wrong one. Okay. My average went up by about 50%. Fewer trades, almost the same profit. So this is a good filter so far. And then let's look at this one. Oops. My profit and loss is no longer highlighted. Again, I removed the wrong one. Okay, guys. This is what I'm talking about. So look at this. My average went from 43 to 93. My trades went from 39 down to 20. And 20 trades in a month, actually, what are we at? 3 weeks? Still pretty dang good, right? And my profit jumped an extra $200. So this is one I want to watch. Now maybe let's go take a look at this one right here, because remember this actually helped us before. So maybe if we remove this and look at that, I lose one trade. Now my average is up over 100 and my profit is up just shy of $300. This is a big deal, gang. So what I did is I just raised my average profit, my average trade from 43 pips to 102. Just two very basic filters. Especially the first one, right? It's very basic. I'm either above or I'm below the 10 period. It's very simple. Anyway, gang, I hope you enjoy this kind of analysis because this is the type of work that I do. And this is the kind of work that goes into building a system and becoming a successful trader, because it's this analysis right here that allows you to truly remove the emotions from your trading and strictly trade by the numbers. That's all this is, gang. Numbers, black and white. Remove your emotions and trade by the numbers. All right, gang, hope you have a great rest of your night or day, and I'll catch you later.